Like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Foodies all over the world are constantly looking for new and exciting things to eat. But what about the way we cook food? We've looked all over the world for bizarre and sometimes extremely dangerous culinary techniques. From cooking with melted metal to cooking with your dishwasher, here are the 15 craziest ways to cook food. Number 15. Salmon in the dishwasher. Did you know that your dishwasher could do much more than just wash your dishes? What if I told you that it could also cook you a very sophisticated salmon meal? It's true, and the host of the show Surreal Gourmet has been doing it for a long time. All you need is a piece of salmon, some foil, and the star of the show, the dishwasher. You first have to wrap the salmon in the foil very tightly, and then you just have to place the fish on the top shelf and run it on a regular cycle. When the cycle is done, your dinner is made and ready to serve, but this technique gets even crazier when we discovered the chef runs the dishwasher with detergent and dirty dishes in there as well. He claims that he has never tasted a better salmon than the one his dishwasher cooks. Let's just top the tucks that fish very tight inside the foil. I mean, you don't want soap on your dinner, after all, and being honest, having a machine wash your dishes and cook your dinner at the same time sounds amazing. In any case, if I ever get invited to dinner at his place, I would definitely skip the salmon. Before moving to the next number, we just want small favor from you. Like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get 1 week good luck for you. Try this, it really worked. Number 14. Cooking on your engine. Let's say you want to go on a long road trip, and after all this time in confinement, I'm sure we're all dreaming of it. Packing up the essentials, jumping in a car and just driving away into the sunset. But with all the restaurants closed due to the pandemic, how would you find somewhere to cook your meals in the middle of nowhere? We found the perfect solution to cook on your car's engine. If you're staying at home, cooking on your engine would be a huge loss of money since you would need to run it for a long time before it heats up enough to cook. But if you're already on the road, it is an elegant and quirky solution. I mean, even MacGyver would be jealous of this ingenuity. Lots of people would cringe at the idea of cooking on a car engine, though, because usually, they're not the cleanest of things. But if you wrap your food very tightly in some tin foil, the food is perfectly fine, and you can cook whatever you want like this. You can make eggs, veggies and meat, and if you pack a little pan, the sky is the limit. You can even do a little Sunday stew. Number 13. Beer can chicken. This technique has several names: beer can chicken. Chicken in the throne or beer in the butt chicken, and it's exactly what it sounds like. People are putting beer cans in chicken butts to cook them, and by all accounts, it is absolutely delicious. All you need is a full chicken, a half-full can of beer, and a grill, and here's how you do it. You first put all your favorite vegetables inside the chicken. Some people like to put onions and garlic, for example. And then you literally sit the chicken on the can of beer and place it on the grill. Why does it work so well? Well, it's been long known that cooking chicken with beer is a match made in heaven. The beer provides moisture which keeps the meat juicy, and also the yeast and malt found in beer make the skin thin and crispy. You get a perfectly cooked chicken. Although it is a little weird to place an entire can of the pork chicken's button, trust me, the results are amazing and you'll forever be pronounced the king of the barbecue. Number 12. Cooking bacon and eggs in a paper bag. If you fancy going camping, but you just don't want to carry heavy cooking pans with you, we found a solution. Just carry a paper bag to cook your breakfast of bacon and eggs with. No, we're not crazy, this really works, and here's how. All you'll need for this outdoor experiment is bacon and eggs, of course, a good old-fashioned paper bag, and a nice pile of campfire coal. The first thing you'll need to do is take the piece of bacon with the most fat in it and rub it on the inside of the paper bag. Try to smear it all over so it'll give your breakfast that nice bacon fat flavor to it. You then lay the bottom of the sack with bacon strips like a base layer. Now you take your eggs and crack them in the bag, but try not to break the yolks. You keep your bag standing up and you fold it over at the top several times. After that, poke a hole in the folded side of the sack, sticks a branch in there and holds it over the hot coal. So why doesn't the bag burst into flames? Well, because the bacon fat saturates the paper, preventing it from combusting, and voila, you got a nice breakfast in the outdoors. Number 11. Dashboard chocolate chip cookies. Have you ever heard of dashboard cooking? It works and it's awesome. Here's how you do it. All you need is cookie dough and an oven plate and of course the star of the show, a car. Wait until it's really hot outside. This technique will not work when it's cloudy. You need a bright warm summer sun. All you need to do is place the little balls of cookie dough on the oven plate, and don't forget to smear it with some butter or cooking spray first and simply leave them on your dashboard until they are nice and ready. It's a really fun and ecological way of baking cookies that keeps your kitchen nice and cool and doesn't use electricity. But also, if the inside of a car gets hot enough to bake cookies, imagine how your pet or child would feel if you left them in there under the sun. It would be absolute torture, and you should never, ever do it. With that said, it'll also make your car smell like a bakery. It's 3 for 1. You make your car smell amazing, you don't use expensive electricity, and you get a tasty snack. Number 10. Solar Cooker Solario. If you enjoy finding ways of protecting the planet and also saving lots of money in the process, this is the next way for you to do your backyard barbecues. The solar cooker is basically a solar panel that has a portable grill on top of it, so it literally harnesses the sun's heat for grilling anything you want. It is completely fuel-less and also portable, so you can take it on camping trips. You won't need any electrical outlets, coal, gas, anything else other than the cooker itself, your food, and a big, shiny sunny day. You can cook for up to 6 people at a time too. So it's ideal for big families or for a large group of friends. It's also a slow cooker, so you can spend more time enjoying your day and kicking back with a cold beer while a Solaris does all the hard work for you. And all of it while maintaining the environment's cleanliness. This is the first design that is extremely user-friendly and small, so it's very easy to use and transport anywhere you want. It is definitely the future of outdoors cooking. Give it a try. Number 9. Cooking steak with a blowtorch. If you're into badass ways of cooking your steak, you've probably heard of blowtorch cooking. It's a very original way of cooking, but it's very easy to burn it dry, and also try to always wear protective goggles and safety leather gloves if you try it out. All you have to do is place the raw steak on a metal surface like an oven plate, fire up the blowtorch, and simply cook your piece of meat. Just make sure to get both sides, of course, and don't touch the metal plate right after because it's going to be extremely hot. If you don't like dry steak, then I mean, who does, right? Remember to rub it with vegetable oil or butter from time to time while you blow torching it, and that'll definitely help. Try to cook outside, you don't end up burning your house down just for a meal. It's very simple to do, but it's harder than it looks to get a juicy steak, so the barbecue will always be a better option. Although when you're out of coal, this is a fun alternative that'll blow your guests' minds. Number 8. Cooking with lava. Tired of doing normal barbecues? Don't worry, we found a completely ridiculous and new way of cooking your steak for you, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. What about cooking your steak with lava? Yeah, lava. By any means, you should not try this at home, by the way, even if you could get your hands on a bunch of lava. We strongly recommend staying away from it. But the scientists at the Syracuse University Lava Project decided to have a cook-off to see who could cook the perfect steak with lava, and the results were amazing. They even add some corn on the cob as an aside. They basically created a manufactured volcano the size of a car with synthetic lava inside of it. Cool. And its only purpose is to feed the peckish scientists. The grill reaches temperatures of over 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, more than double the temperature of a traditional oven, making it the hottest barbecue in the world. And the results are really spectacular, but the scientists wanted something a little more extreme, so they decided to cook the steak directly on the lava. Needless to say, you only need to cook it for a few seconds on each side. There isn't a restaurant yet that uses this technique, but as soon as it opens, count me in. Number 7. Ironing a cheese sandwich. Every college student out there will agree with me when I say that living without a kitchen in your dorm can make people extremely creative, and the classic example of that is the infamous iron cheese sandwich. I mean, nobody in this world can resist the seductions of a good warm and melty cheese sandwich. They are the apogee of comfort food, and they are so easy to make even a toddler could manage. But what do you do when you live in a dorm without access to a kitchen? Well, you can get an iron. Trust me, you simply take the bread and the cheese, make a sandwich, wrap it in tin foil, and then you just have to turn on the iron and proceed to iron your sandwich. And voila, a perfectly made grilled cheese sandwich. And this trick doesn't just apply to university dorms, it also applies to hotel rooms, apartments without a stove. Wherever there's an iron, some bread, and some cheese, there can be a delicious grilled cheese sandwich. Try it out yourself, and you'll see how tasty it is. Number 6. Kettle cooking. Kettle cooking is very common among people that live in tiny apartments without a kitchen, university students, and also people that travel and stay at hostels. A kettle is basically a kitchen appliance that boils water, but we've discovered that you can also use it to cook certain dishes. You can easily cook pasta, for example, but always keep in mind to keep the lid open, otherwise, it could end up in a disaster. You can even do macaroni and cheese, and there are some recipes of how to do ramen. And of course, you can also make soup and even eggs. The most important thing, apart from never cook with a kettle's lid closed, is to always keep an eye on it. The reason you should always remain close to your kettle when you're cooking is that the water can very easily boil over, and then it'll go everywhere. But if you follow the 2 essential rules, you can cook a large variety of meals on a budget, and they're delicious. Next time you're on a trip, give it a try and let us know how it went. Number 5. Dry ice for ice cream. Summer is near, and who doesn't enjoy a spoonful of homemade ice cream on a hot sunny day? But as we all know, ice cream takes forever to make and nobody's got time for that. So how about trying this new and exciting technique with dry ice? Making ice cream with dry ice is lots of fun, and it's ready in only a few minutes. All you have to do is put the dry ice in a plastic or paper bag and smash it until it becomes a powder, and then add it to whatever mixture you like to prepare your ice cream with. It can be condensed milk and vanilla extract or heavy cream and chocolate, literally whatever your favorite is. You pour the powder into the mix slowly, always whisking the mixture until you reach the texture you'd like. The most important thing is to wait until the fumes stop coming out of your bowl to eat it, as they're not very good for you. And that's it, ice cream in a few seconds. No more waiting around this summer. Number 4. Cooking a raw steak using molten metal. First, do not try this at home. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about cooking a steak in a pool of liquid and metal. It is exactly as it sounds. You melt a bunch of metal like aluminum or tin, and then you put the steak in it. What could go wrong, right? Well, apart from the fact that you should never eat a steak or anything else that was cooked with melted metal, it is also extremely dangerous. But does the steak cook? Yes, it does, and it doesn't look half bad. A shame we can't eat the result, and you shouldn't eat it because eating metal is, for many reasons, terribly bad for you. It could even be lethal, so this remains a fun experiment, but by any means not a new cooking trend, and you obviously won't be seeing melted metal steak at your local restaurant's menu. Pouring the metal doesn't cook the steak at all, though you need to place it in a pool of melted metal, so for when we evolve to be able to eat metal now, at least we know how to cook with it. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 3. Underground oven. The underground oven or earth oven is the oldest technique of cooking in human history, which means we have been doing it for many centuries. There's even evidence that it goes as far back as the end of the Ice Age 12,000 years ago. You can also find cultures that cook like this in all the continents and the 4 corners of the world, and the reason we still do it is that it's absolutely amazing, and here's why. First, it's very easy to do. All you really need is the food you're about to cook, some rocks, and of course fire. What you have to do is dig a hole, line it with rocks you find around you, light a fire in the middle of the rocks for about an hour, then put some more rock on top, then the food, and then you cover the whole thing up with earth. And now you kick back and enjoy your day. And a couple of hours later you will have a delicious meal with smoky and earthy flavors all ready for you. The only thing you have to do is dig it up. This is one of the healthiest ways of cooking because the food basically gets cooked with hot steam and smoke, so it conserves all the flavor and nutrients. Number 2. Vietnamese fish sauce. What if I told you the famous and delicious fish sauce you use in lots of your Asian dish recipes is made of rotten fish? Did you keep using it? Well, it's true. The sauce is made of rotten and fermented fish guts. Sounds delicious, right, but it is extremely healthy. If it's done the traditional way, and not the accelerated and industrial modern way. The tradition goes back centuries, and in Vietnam, they even use it medicinally. They add the sauce to their dishes to create umami, which is the perfect balance of all the flavors together, and they believe it gives the body, soul, and minds a little peace and harmony, and we all need lots of that. They make the sauce by drying the fish in the sun for days, and then they put them in big containers under the sun, sometimes for months on end, until all the fish are fermented and rotten just at the right amount. Then they filter the liquid, and there you have it, fish sauce. So don't be scared, it is still super tasty and healthy, even if it does have somewhat of a cringy manufacturing process. Number 1. Boiling coffee in the sand. If you've ever been to Turkey, you'll certainly know how they brew coffee in little brass or copper cups that they put in scorching hot sand. It's a mesmerizing technique and makes for delicious and strong coffee. They basically put the coffee grinds in everyone's brass pot and then place it on a big round surface filled with sand that sits on top of burning coal. The coffee then brews inside the cup, and you can manage the heat depending on how deep you put your cup in the sand. They usually also add lots of white sugar, which adds to the experience. They then pour the liquid into another cup, leaving the coffee grinds in the brass cup. The result is a very aromatic, exotic and beautiful cup of hot coffee, personalized however you want it. The sand brews it to perfection without burning it, but giving it a very special smoky flavor that is completely unique. You can see people brewing coffee right in the streets of Istanbul, and you can smell its aroma wherever you go. But be careful to never touch the sand, as it is very hot. So as long as you stay away from the sand, enjoy a gorgeous cup of Turkish coffee. I don't know about you, but I've never heard of most of these exciting ways of cooking. What about you? Do you know of a bizarre way of cooking a meal, or do you prefer the more safe and traditional way of doing things? Also, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon for more amazing videos.